Please be seated. Thank you very much. Your Excellency and dear friend, President Ali Bongo of Gabon, Your Excellency, ambassadors and heads of various delegations, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by thanking all of you for joining us here today. And your presence, all of you, means a great deal to all of us here in Kenya. Indeed, we're just outside the center of Nairobi, in a national park where lions still roam. And indeed, if many of you will recall, they even roam outside the gates of the national park. So they're still there. Indeed, close by also, in the lakes of the Rift Valley, millions of flamingos still fly, and on our savannas, cheetahs still run, and new species and old remains alike are discovered all the time in this country. Indeed, in just the last month or two, an entirely new species of bee was found in Turkana, and we saw the uncovering of new humanoid fossils near Ongatarungai, which is not too far from here. So wherever you look, there are natural wonders to see, and indeed, from the bottom of my heart, I believe we come from a truly blessed country. Blessings, however, come with duties, and Kenya holds these great riches in trust for all humanity. And it falls on us to protect and to preserve them. And that fundamentally is why we are here today. The last decade or so has seen catastrophic destruction of the African elephant. A new generation of poachers armed with new weapons and connected to vast new markets across the world threatens to exterminate them. The proceeds of violence and death are recycled into crime, threatening not just our natural heritage, but also the stability of our states and the safety of our communities. We in Kenya have been spared some of the worst of this violence. And indeed, there are indications that our elephant numbers are recovering. That is only the more reason to aggressively protect the survivors of this horrific war and to do all that we can to ensure that never again will our elephants be attacked in this way. The height of the pile of ivory before us marks the strength of our resolve. Before you, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest haul of ivory and horn ever to be destroyed in this manner. And our reason is crystal clear. No one, and I repeat again, no one has any business trading in ivory, for this trade means death, death of our elephants, and death of our natural heritage. In destroying the ivory, we reject once and for all those who think that our natural heritage can be sold for money. Now, many nations have joined us in similar acts, from Chad to China, from the United States of America to the United Arab Emirates, from Gabon to Thailand. Stockpiles of ivory that have been seized and confiscated have also been destroyed. We thank these nations for their clear and completely unambiguous signal that their acts have sent. They too have proven good stewards of our common heritage. Evidently, today's burning does not in itself end this murderous trade. But if we combine it with aggressive enforcement of laws already on our books, with effective control over the movement of ivory, and with other attacks on the incentives to market it, then our elephants will be saved, and this is as simple as that. I say so because this approach has already been tried and tested, and the results are clear for all to see. My administration, with help from our international partners, has overseen dramatic falls in the poaching of rhinos and elephants by 80% in the last 3 years alone. And we will stay the course. The new wildlife law will be enforced aggressively, and interagency security collaboration mechanisms will be stepped up. But let us also be clear, poaching and trafficking in wildlife is now a branch of international crime. The fight against it will be won by alliances across nations and continents. The first step must be closer cooperation, especially among the states that hold Africa's remaining elephant herds. We are joined today by a number of leaders from these countries, and I thank them for their cooperation with us, and I look forward to working even more closely with them. The second step must be a direct attack on the trade in ivory. The principle is clear enough. Ivory belongs to our elephants. There ought not be a market in it. Hard experience teaches us the same thing. When African elephants were first listed on CITES Appendix 1 in 1989, the price of ivory, as Richard has just told us, fell sharply, and our herds began to recover. When the world faltered and once again granted exemptions in 1997, and again in 2008 to allow the one-off sales of certain stockpiles, the illegal trade grew. Therefore, Kenya has made her choice. In 1989, we proposed a total ban on trade in ivory. This year, once again, and in consultation with the majority of the African elephant range states, we will submit a similar proposal to the next meeting of the CITES conference. We will propose the listing of every population of African elephant in CITES Appendix 1. Essentially, a complete ban on trade in ivory. An Appendix 1 listing would send an absolutely clear message that the trade in ivory must come to an end and that our elephants must be protected. I trust that the world will join us to end the horrible suffering of our herds and save our elephants for future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I have been asked severally that we are making a fundamental mistake in destroying this ivory because for Kenya, a poor country, it makes better sense to put the $150-odd million that they claim this ivory is worth on the market and use it to develop our country. Yes, indeed, I agree with those who argue that way. Yes, Kenya is a poor country. But Kenya is also a very rich country in terms of the heritage that God has given us, and we intend to protect it. Others have said that this act in and of itself will not end the poaching and the killing of elephants because of corruption, because of our porous borders, because of the international cartels. Yes, they are also right. But a time has got to come as we continue to fight these vices, because we have to. And these are not vices that we are going to win in a day. But even as we do so, a time has come when we must take a stand. And the stand is clear, that as we combat and continue to combat those challenges that we have, Kenya is making a statement that for us, ivory is worthless unless it is on our elephants. So I just wanted to state those because some are passing judgment that we're doing the wrong thing. Unfortunately, it lands on some of us to take a decision, and we have taken a decision. And I believe that the decision that we have taken, I would rather wait the judgment of future generations who I am sure will appreciate the decision that we have taken today. So without further ado, and before Richard's legs get stuck, I think we need to get out there and do what brought us here. Thank you very much.